Zherka, can you introduce yourself, please, so everyone knows where to get your stuff?
John Zherka, Zherka Official /Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I just recently got banned on Twitch, but I'll be back on eventually, I think. And I'm kind of considered the most right-wing.
The most right-wing of all.
Yeah, I'm the most banned guy on Twitch and stuff. But
really?
Because I was very funny, I got away with a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
They don't know I actually hate women. You know what I mean? I
they always think you're joking.
They're like, he's right-wing now.
They're like, he's a comedian.
See, I think that the right a lot of men have lost their way and forgetting that it's really, guys, it's really all about women and how they've ruined our lives. And destroyed everything that we've built over the last 100,000 years. Like, let's just take a moment and refocus. It's not about going to the gym. It's not about having a bunch of bros. It's not about alphaing out. Let's remember who the real bad guy is. It's not China. It's not Russia. It is your girlfriend and your mom and every other woman that you know.
I mean, think about it. Men lose $100 million a year paying jobs over pussy. It happens all the time. Politics, any kind of business you can think of. It's the only thing that destroys men, and we're pretending there's another problem. Oh, well, Putin's actually the problem. I think we got to control what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How come we never hear about Putin's hoes? Why is that?
He's low key. He fucks them low key because he wants to look Orthodox and Christian, but he has a bunch of prostitutes, like very young prostitutes.
You would guess he would have to, right? I mean, everybody. It doesn't matter what country you're in; you're doing that.
You got to have hoes.
I mean, even Zelensky's got hoes. He's one of the hoes. He's wearing the high heels. Have you seen him dancing?
Oh, is he wearing?
You haven't seen the clip of Zelensky stripping in high heels?
Like woman's high heels?
He's on TV wearing high heels.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one.
This is what I hate. Is you supposed allies, you never know about that. It's almost like you're getting Ukrainian money. Every time I bring up the Zelensky thing, people look at me crazy. I'm not the crazy guy. This guy's a fucking hoe twerking.
He's a comedian, isn't he? Isn't that
yeah, but he also had... So I was on PKA, and I got we're making fun of fat girls before you got here. Do you have a strong opinion on fat women?
I think you can make fun of them because there's always a category. Like, there's always someone trying to fuck them still. So it's not like being a fat man is hard. Being a fat bitch, you're still in a category of Pornhub. Like, you're still a fetish.
Wow, this is a good interview already.
Yeah, I hate fat bitches.
I hate them. So I was on PKA. You know that podcast, Painkiller already? So I was on there, and I always get too drunk and end up arguing about something. And this time it was Ukraine. Because I'm like, it's like the most corrupt government on the face of the fucking planet.
No, they changed the narrative now. It was the most corrupt a few years ago. Now
that's what they said, and I'm like, whoa, what? What do you mean? They uncorrupted it? What do they have RICO laws? Did they throw everybody in prison like the fucking mafia? So I'm like, you guys, you know when Zelensky, like when the Panama Papers came out, that motherfucker has like $300 million in the bank. How does a comedian get hundreds of millions of dollars who is not in America? Ashton Kutcher has hundreds of millions. Okay, I believe it. Some fucking asshole that played a piano with his dick. Where does he get that money? Doing illegal government shit. What do you think? Is that right?
Are you telling me nobody paid millions of dollars for Hunter Biden's artwork?
Yeah. That's what I'm suggesting.
He got millions for artwork, and this guy's a crackhead, right? A crackhead's artwork got millions through the Ukrainian. How the fuck is that not news?
I don't know. Why is it not obvious? Yes, of course. Of course they're just stealing money.
Yeah.
Why would they not be?
Right.
Okay, anyway, so why did you get banned on Twitch?
Some girl who she was flirting with me a year ago. I don't even know this girl that well. Like, we flirted once. I guess she had a boyfriend in chat. So when she was invited to my podcast, he got mad. And she's like, oh, Zherka's creepy. And all I said was, I'm like, bro, you invited me over. And I pretty much said, like, I guess when you have a boyfriend, you can't imply that and blah. And she gets on live and she goes, I'm going to call an admin right now. And she calls the admin live to get me banned.
Of Twitch?
Yeah.
Wait, who was this?
I don't want to say the name. I don't even care right now because even if I get unbanned, I'm really made more for YouTube and this other stuff. Like, all my friends are out of Twitch now, right? Like, they're Rumble, YouTube, some bitch shoot. Those guys are evil.
Yeah. Oh, BitChute is?
Yeah,
They're evil?
BitChute people get, like, if you farm a BitChute audience, like, I use it. Do you use BitChute?
No. I'm using Rumble now under duress. I'm so mad at them because they won't fix their user interface. It really annoys me that they have so much money and they're like throwing it around, but they won't just fix the very basic of using their fucking platform to make it easier.
What about Kick? Have you heard of Kick?
I've heard of it, but I haven't used it.
Damn, I know so many people making tons of money at low viewers on Kick.
Yeah.
And so now I'm definitely going to be on Kick for sure.
Yeah.
Because I know Trainwrecks and all those guys I came up with. And what blew my mind is some of these gambling deals, there's like $2 million a year for 100 viewer loser. Like to get 100 viewers with millions of dollars.
Wait, what do you say that slower? What do you mean?
There's gambling deals for tiny channels if you know someone, and you make millions of dollars if you play it correct. If you get addicted and become a retard.
Oh, you're talking about you can win money by gambling?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
No, but you get play money and you keep a percentage, right? But these crazy...
You know what's funny? I'll tell you a little... I never told this story. I used to be an affiliate marketer for one of the biggest online casinos. And then one day, the U.S. government shut it down.
Wait, how does that work? So can they retroactively damage these guys who are working like this? Or do they just shut it down and you can't play anymore?
this was in the early 2000s when you could still do like bank deposits and online casinos, and you might have been able to do credit cards, but it was like overnight we went from making a ton of money to zero.
But there's no punishment, right?
No, it's just no longer like a business that you can do.
Why are you saying it in a depressed way? You made your money.
Because I would have been making money for fucking ever. That was I don't have to do any of this fucking culture shit podcasting. I'd just be sitting around making gambling money.
But you'd lose your mind if you just did that. Right? If you don't have something like this to talk about.
I think I could talk to myself all day without a mic, without recording it.
And he's lost his mind a long time ago. So
I think I could drink and scream without recording it. I'd be all right.
You have a passion for this. I can feel it. You would go crazy without this.
Yeah, you're right.
Say it so you get more donos.
We don't even have donos on this.
What?
It's all Patreon. This all direct. I gave up having access to YouTube and stuff for a long, long time ago.
How many years?
When I first started doing the Dick Masters and voicemails in like 2007, those videos were getting striked and deleted all the time.
Wait, for what? What were you saying?
I mean, just like all kinds of shit. Women fuck women fuck fat women. Like just speaking like a normal man.
So YouTube canned your ass for saying fuck women?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love women. What the fuck? Are you serious? You could get canned for that?
Yes.
Well, I gotta pump the brakes then.
It's like, I don't know. It hits a point where there's so many people gang up on you, and then it's that's it. It hits like a critical mass where somebody internally gets their eye on you and gets a beat on you, and then you're done. They'll follow you around no matter where you go.
Yeah. Was it all political though?
Back in the 2000s.
For your content, was it mostly political?
When I was getting banned in this area I'm talking about, it was entirely women. Like it was entirely just saying outrageous shit about women.
That's the whole.
I still don't think I'm political. I just cannot be talked into things like war, and I like see the financial structure, the way that finances are structured in America, and see like, well, there's an obvious problem there. Like, it's impossible not to see why the same thing keeps fucking up every time. I don't know. What's your politics? Are you from Miami?
No. I'm actually from Vancouver, Canada.
Really? Oh, okay. You're one of these Canadian demagogues that comes in to America and tells us what to do, right?
No. Well, I became one of you guys because most Canadians are soft liberal cucks, right? Mm-hmm. But when you meet one on your side or our side, right?
Yeah.
They're very extreme, right? So I would say I'm so far right that I don't say it live how far I am.
Okay.
How far right? Can I ask you a series of questions, like Blade Runner questions?
No, I'm not invading Poland, but I mean, like, I think I really.
From which side would you not be invading Poland from?
I really do believe.
Would you invade Alberta?
Hell yes, I would. Hell yes.
Okay.
You're kind of next door, right?
They got nothing.
What's that?
They got nothing.
Well, just a lot of cows and shit, right?
But I genuinely think I'd be happier if we had a king and lived in a theocratic society. I used to think this is a retarded position.
Yeah.
I used to think this is a retarded position.
Yeah.
And then I did some research. Did you know there was times in history where you could have like 14 kids, have a giant fucking house, and you were a peasant? Now you have to, like, millionaires live in fucking shoeboxes and we're pretending it's the best time to live ever. I don't buy this shit. It's always the best time to live right now. Highest purchasing power with the highest depression and anxiety rate, and they want to tell me this is the best year to be born in?
No, I don't believe that it is.
How old are you?
I don't believe that it is.
I just turned 29 and I want to kill myself, dude.
Yeah. Well, he's a lot younger than we are, but I'm with you in that I don't believe this is the best time to be born in.
Yeah.
Even again,
going back to the 1950s America.
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching.
You think 1950s America was the best time?
I grew up watching. Bro, argue this. If you really want,
I think objectively it kind of was.
Here's the highest level trauma you'll ever feel.
Okay.
Put the fucking best TV show ever made, Twilight Zone, and TikTok next to the screen, and look how different these societies are.
Just put the modern Twilight. Just put the remake of the Twilight Zone.
No, not the Sterling one.
No, I know. Put it against the remake with that trash, and put Twilight Zone up against TikTok. You're saying
the point I'm making is, I think most people are mentally ill now, and in the 1950s. You should see they look like linguistic geniuses, the way they spoke, shook hands and stuff. And women always attack me. They're like, "You mean 1950s America without the sexism, right, Zherka?" I said, "No, that's what made it, bitch."
Yeah. Well, we were just going over today about how the IQ schools and the structure of American education has changed so dramatically in the last 70 years that you can't fail out anymore. Yeah. So they have no incentive to teach anything. There's no sort of
you're better off homeschooled now. I genuinely believe that.
And even in a homeschool, you cannot stay away from ththings like critical race theory. I don't have it on me, but there's
define critical race. There's so many different definitions. What do you guys go by?
I don't,
because the Twitter people muddy the waters. I don't even get it anymore.
Let me try to find what I'm talking about.
Is it the hate white people narrative?
Yes.
How are you going to hate the best people on earth?
Jesus Christ.
As an Albanian Muslim refugee, Christ is king, and man, my life is so much better letting go of that Big Bang Theory bullshit and going full.
Wait a minute.
You're a Big Bang Theory guy?
You know what? I actually think, and I have thought this my whole life, that things like that, science things like the Big Bang Theory should not be taught to non-scientists because it does not help them. Like the people, it's religion either way. If you cannot understand it, then you're just going to use the concept of science as a bludgeon to punish other people.
People weaponize any even slight knowledge that they have.
Yeah.
Well, here's where my whole
I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm a Big Bang.
You believe in the Big Bang Theory?
Yes, I do believe in it.
Like something came out of nothing?
Well, there's yes, it is. There is a point where there's
faith. There's a huge
there is a bubbling quantum multiverse from which
from the end of another one.
An infinity of singularities bubble in and out of existence, which is happening in negative space, like vacuum space all around us. But yes, it is ultimately a leap of faith. Yes, you're right. I guess I'm aware of that.
It's funny. I have the weirdest way to go. I have the weirdest journey to Christ where I always found the Bible like fairy tale, soft, liberal, hippie shit. I didn't like it at all. And then I started obsessing over who rules us and power. And
fat women. You were going to say Jews. But
no, I was going to say gays. But
look. Exposure to critical social justice concepts, Republican county school to homeschool. And you see it's all about equal, right?
Right.
You
so
see
you
this,
get
Sean,
the same criteria, right?
Yeah, this is my Perry Mason routine.
Got it. All right.
Okay, keep going about gays. Sorry.
Well, no, it's not about that. Is when I started studying power and I started reading, like I had no idea 80% of the CIA is Jesuit trained. I really didn't know the Catholic Church even has that kind of power. But I started reading about Freemasonry, which
it's like a British holdover from when they didn't let us go. All these organizations in the government.
Yeah. But when I started reading about Freemasonry and stuff, I'm like, who is their pope? Their grand wizard is Albert Pike. He wrote Morals and Dogma, right? 1,000 pages. I said, if I can just study power, I can see if I want to go with the science or the Christian route. And he has Albert Pike has quotes, right? There's a statue of this guy. He has a quote saying in the book, if you omit God from your life, there is no alternative besides nihilism. And I was shook because these people don't like Christ. These people are Luciferians, right? But I was shook because he said, they're planning all these wars and stuff like that. He said, we will unleash the nihilists and atheists for the greatest social cataclysm the world has ever seen. The origin of...
Do you want a beer?
I'd love one.
Yeah.
He said, the origin of savagery is atheism, and they still push it on us. So they're weaponizing atheism. They know how they're going to start these next wars.
Well, the Soviet Union was all born in atheism. The entire communist, the Bolshevik.
But check this out. Why do we see atheism as this just, it's just chill. It's just, if these guys who work at the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and they print fucking money are saying they're going to weaponize atheists, heartless atheists, shouldn't you take that a little serious? If the guys who have billions and billions and billions are saying that, shouldn't you be like, whoa, am I following
Can you say again who is the guy who said this?
Albert Pike.
Okay, explain that more, that concept, because this is going to be new. I mean,
he's the highest level Freemason,
I got my head hit a lot of times, so I don't really stay up on things fast no more.
He's pretty much the Pope of Freemasonry. He's the guy who said that it's a Luciferian, it's based on the Luciferian doctrine. And this
Lucifer, is that like Lucifer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they make fun of it.
You ever think you'd be hearing Lucifer again, Sean? After the 80s, I thought he went away, but he's back and he's fat and gay.
Yeah, now he's an SJW. No, the devil's not scary when you find out he's a homosexual.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean by that? Like, what was that? No, you know what I mean. You know that award show, the music award show with
that devil guy?
Yeah.
Were you offended by that? Did you think everyone was overreacting a little bit?
I was laughing too hard. But I don't think they're overreacting because the people who think they're overreacting let that Nas guy twerk on the devil in front of the world and kids. Do you think that's okay? You could twerk on the fucking devil?
Because it's nothing. It's some artist doing an expression. The real evil is in the evisceration of the middle class and the soul of man. And I mean literally men in America who they have no choice but to get up every day and work are being drained and squeezed for blood, and this Hollywood culture shit is all just dumb stuff for women. I don't care about any of it.
You don't think it's psychological warfare from the CIA? Like, think about it. The highest budget movie, this Avatar Blue movie. I like it. It's fun. I do a bit of blow. I watch it. It's cool. That fucking alien bitch is hot. I get it. I'm a Star Wars guy. I get the whole sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
But it's just dumb gay liberalism, environmental agenda. Think about it. Billions and billions of dollars go to these Hollywood big budget movies.
Yeah.
They give us these Iraq war movies before they go in Iraq. It's psychological programming. I'm not talking about low budget, the highest budget.
I'm talking about Top Gun 2, Maverick. I can't watch it because it's just a commercial for the fucking military.
It's still a good movie.
I heard it was. I haven't seen it.
Everyone says it's great, and I can't get myself out of the mindset of like, this is just a fucking ad for the movie. Like, I can't.
But to me, it shocks me how billions and billions of dollars are going to these scripts, and they've never done a Revelations Bible 7-headed dragon script. It's because they're not allowed. They can only show Christ as a Jewish guy getting whipped.
Yeah, Mel Gibson got fucking railed for.
I hated Mel's movie.
I didn't see it.
Well, it made an obscene amount of money.
Oh
my God.
No, like Avatar? Hell no.
Passion of the Christ made.
Hell no. Not like Avatar.
But you're talking different ticket prices, though. You got to adjust for inflation.
Well, didn't they destroy Mel's career for that?
No, they destroyed his career for going on the.
He called a woman sugar tits. That's what he did.
And he was talking about the Jews.
But if he
and all
had
that.
if he had just talked about the Jews, he would have been fine. But because he called a woman sugar tits, I believe this.
Okay.
It sounds dumb, but imagine if Peabody and Sherman it with me.
Yeah.
If you go back, if he just came out and said like
she went to a Jewish guy and said, "I'm hurt."
No, but everybody was like, he said this about a woman. He called a woman sugar tits. He said stuff about Jews too.
No, but I have deep respect for Orthodox Jewish community because these guys are the only guys who wouldn't take off their fucking mask in New York. Bro, these guys would not take off their fucking mask.
You mean literal mask? Or a figurative mask?
COVID.
Okay, yeah. Zherka, I've survived in this game for a long time, okay?
No. But you hear what I'm saying, right?
What do you mean? No, they didn't take off their mask.
Because of their religious faith, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really badass. There was a lot of religious people who just fucking did the COVID thing, right? Hell, I even put on the mask so they shut the fuck up.
Well, that's why I love it, yeah.
Where were you during COVID?
The worst place on earth, Canada.
Oh, how long have you been down here?
I visit like a couple times a year.
Oh, so you live up there?
No, now I have to move up here because there's so much opportunity and podcasts and all that.
Yeah.
And really doing it solo was like, I made great money, but low viewers. And I realized that like time is ticking. What am I doing in a room
You got to do
alone?
something.
Yeah, this high budget stuff's better. And I didn't know LA is this boring where every podcast I go on, I get a 99% approval rating in the comment section. Even the black community is supporting the MAGA guy on No Jumper, but it's because every podcast is run by stoners here. They need it. You guys need a cokehead.
You need alcohol. That's why it never has fucking...
And I hate this.
It never has done me wrong.
Podcasts without cocaine, they just fucking unsubscribe.
Okay, do you see how they did me dirty here? And this is the No Jumper episode that I was on came out today.
Oh, they chose a villain look, right?
Look at how fat I am here.
No.
Look at all this forehead they got. You think so?
Yeah, but they chose you being smug.
They
That's
did
definitely the smug
choose
look.
that.
And do you remember your argument with Destiny?
On the show?
No, years ago, you had a big one where you kept saying to Steven, you don't see the point. And then you were very gracious. You said, I think all you want to do is argue. And I remember back then, that Destiny, I could never chill with. I think I'd slap him. He was so different back then. You know what I mean? He used to be so rigid.
I don't even feel comfortable saying this because I don't want to presume too much, but I really think that debate and the aftermath I hope it had an effect on him where he's like a more chill guy, because I know exactly what you mean, and I don't want to because I
don't think it was you.
No, but then it kind of like it became like Wired went after him, and all these left people started going after him.
When he started hating the left, he did change.
Yeah,
and he realized he's from a StarCraft, Nazi era.
Yeah,
he wants to be with comedy. Our side's comedy. So
he's a funny guy. He's fun to hang around with.
I think deep down he is one of us. I really think
so too.
Right? And I don't think he's like a phony. I think he's playing his hero role. Like, I'm going to stand up for the fucking mentally ill retard. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to cut my dick off. He's like, I'll stand up for you. I think he's doing the hero thing. Yeah. But deep down, he's like, maybe you don't want to join a 40% suicide rate community, bro. Maybe you want to rethink this. Right? And that's what the Bible says. If you bite from gnosis, the fruit, if you think too much, you might be genius enough to cut your own cock off.
That's in the Bible?
Hell yeah.
That's is that the King James version?
King James, that's a Freemason.
King James version.
I know
How you know so much about the Bible?
Well, because I come from a bouncing, degenerate background of fighting on the street. That's how I got bound on Instagram. I just fucked bitches and did the whole Andrew Tate thing.
Okay.
Hated my life. And I'd always stare
Doesn't it seem like Andrew Tate? Like, I hate that because he's basically just a ripoff of me.
I think he was on your shit, right?
He called into my show before he was world famous. God, when did he?
3 years ago?
3 years ago, before
Were you guys
COVID.
like friends and shit?
No, he just called in. Yeah. He was hitting me up to call in. And I said, yeah, sure, call in. I mean, you're a funny guy. You're doing funny stuff. And then he turned into this monster.
No, I definitely support Tate, but a lot of people, since I'm like years before him, they're saying, yo, he stole your opinions. I've never once in my life ever said you should be surrounded by bitches. Actually, I'm the one who said they're going to put you in jail my first week on the internet, right? And really, it's like playing with fire, right? But I'll tell you this:
the tax fraud stuff too. He's talking about this on where he's talking about withholding tax. He's withholding taxes from the women and not paying it. I'm like, man, that's a big. If there's one crime the government cares about, it's fucking tax fraud.
Right. Yeah. I definitely don't.
Genius.
I definitely don't believe those girls talk about a Netflix deal. I think they definitely lied about the trafficking part.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Trafficking is an odd crime.
Oh, you're saying it's like blurry nuance and shit?
Trafficking is a crime that like you can't exploit the natural advantage you have over women, basically. Like
just don't work with whores. It's that simple.
Then what's he gonna do?
Simple. Yeah. Like
that bothered me so much is that like I had my own people saying, Zherka, where's your Bugatti? And you're just like this guy.
It's fucking
dumb. I don't
dumb.
work with fucking tits and shit. I could go
have a fucking Bugatti.
No, I want the Bugatti, but if I ever had one comment saying Zherka's in a Bugatti because he's in sex work, I'll kill myself that second. Are you fucking... And I love Tate, but goddamn, I will... my legacy was for picking up girls. I picked up all... I'm like the guy on Twitch, and they're all DMing me. I'd pick them up on street for donations. Then I talked to my brother, who's a therapist.
Okay.
He said, be careful, because that's what you'll be remembered for, is just taking down... And I panicked and went to the Bible and went to fucking politics. And
How old's your brother?
He's a twin brother.
Twin? So. Do you have a twin? Identical twin?
No, fraternal, but he is the highest paid therapist in the Lower Mainland. And this is when he really red-pilled me. And he's not extreme like me, but he said there are, because he has a master's degree, he said there's master's levels therapists who tell their clients sometimes you just got to give yourself a hug.
Come on.
Bro, there's liberal therapists that people pay $300 an hour for.
Yeah, I believe that.
What the fuck? Yo, that's the most criminal shit. That is the most...
I agree.
And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, so to avoid that, always have a male therapist. But if his demeanor is a little soy soft, you might be getting ripped off. And it might lead to your suicide. You better get a red pill therapist. And I don't mean like Jordan Peterson crying all day and stuff. I mean someone who's like...
He cries a lot, doesn't he?
Does he?
It's a psyop.
Oh, he cries all the time. Especially when he's talking about Israel. Then it's waterworks.
Really?
And it's really... Oh, he's chopping onions with one hand and gefilte fish with the other.
Here's where I got off the Jordan Peterson train. I watched with my community. We reacted to 2 hours of him building up some like amazing message with Matthew McConaughey. And I swear to God... At the 2-hour mark, at the end of the video, he pulled up Matthew McConaughey's book and said, you guys should get this. And Matthew pulled up Jordan's book and said, no, this one. And
then they blew each other. They blew each other right there on the...
There was nothing. They built it up for just a commercial. I said, that is the most sellout shit I've ever... Imagine talking about mental health for 2 hours to pull out a book.
Sure.
That was the most disgusting shit 2 years ago.
Remember, Jordan Peterson he's not known for what he used to be anymore. Now once you start deriving...
I don't think he knows what he's supposed to be
Once you start deriving more of your income from being famous, like you're not what you used to be. You're not what you have a degree in. You're not doing any of that.
Well, he doesn't need that much money.
He signed with CIA and all the liberals, right? That's why he makes hundreds of millions, which I thought he was like 20 million. Dude, he's in Hollywood brackets.
Bro, he's doing literal infomercials for Israel. Like, I'm not even saying that as a euphemism. Like it looks like he's selling timeshares. Like he's sitting down with BB and going like, so what the best thing I think about is like, what the fuck am I even watching?
What was his background? Because people said he was with the United Nations. Wasn't he a professor?
He was a clinical psychologist, I believe.
Yeah, social scientist.
But what was he doing with the United Nations?
Probably
I
some
don't know.
bullshit. What do you mean?
I'm not that interested in him other than I've watched a few clips. I've heard, okay, I know what you're about. Like,
I mean, I like him, but I had no idea that he's going to get watered down as he gets richer. I thought he was going to get a little more radical, and it went the other way. I was kind of shook.
He's so aggressive.
When he's crying?
When he's not crying, he cries, and then he's like a histrionic BPD woman. He cries, and then he's like, "You should be in prison for insulting me online for 10 years minimum." Man,
there's only one hope we had, and I believe I get some hate on my side for this. It's Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones.
Yeah.
You guys like him?
Yeah, I love him.
And they killed him. Was it a $1 billion lawsuit? That is the
Something like that.
scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. But Alex,
That
this
is-
guy hated Bush. He was not like this righty. That he's actually. I mean, if
He's
you can-
extremely libertarian.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you can pin him down one way or the other.
If society hated me, I'd be like, I get it. But hating Alex, he's a little lukewarm, you know?
They Jesused him. Like they just straight up crucified him monetarily. As much as they can't get away with nailing. First of all, they had to build a big cross for his fat ass. But like the most aggressive and public and unjustified slaying of a man, I don't think there has ever been besides Alex Jones. Like $1 billion,
Right, neck and neck with Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, how else could you? Except for me, maybe the most done dirty you could be is Alex Jones because he's made fun of Sandy Hook kids, like all that stupid Sandy Hook is fake shit.
Check this out. Any leftists who see this, any liberals, moderates. Just compare. This is how I know these guys are going to hell. Compare the Alex Jones case with children to Jeffrey Epstein raping and murdering children allegedly. Yeah. Are you fucking?
You don't have to say allegedly. He's dead.
Yes. Well, actually, I don't want to
know. Yeah.
Wait, rape murdering? Does he?
No, I don't believe he's dead.
You think he's still alive?
Okay. I mean, the power.
Yeah, did he murder any kids?
Didn't the power go out? The power
there's
went
no
out.
footage of anything.
Yeah, so he has to be alive.
I wish people were slightly more competent, so I could say like that's on purpose. But just knowing people the way they are, of course you did that.
I kind of like that the case got media coverage the way it did, and now it's buried. But Ghislaine, I love that name because anytime these bitches on podcasts say believe all women, I go, what about Ghislaine?
Yeah,
and they freeze, and it's such a good fucking stop card.
Well, it just doesn't. Believe all women doesn't hold up to logic because you have liars. Some people are liars.
No,
whether
women
they're
are
men
liars.
or women.
Women.
So they're like
they're biologically inclined to lie to reproduce.
So like you can't believe anybody.
Yeah.
You got to fucking look at it.
Yeah. At least once.
What? A cursory glance.
Yeah.
You know,
at least ask him to repeat it.
For years, I've been on
See if it changes.
For years, I've been on the internet, and I'm shocked that no one has ever made my arguments. You guys are, since you like Big Bang, you probably like evolution, all that. Think about it. A woman who cheats is trying to make the argument that it's the same as a guy, but she's playing on easy mode. We're playing on legendary. She's got 2 eggs. I cheated on you with 2 eggs. You've got 1 billion sperm saying, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
She's complaining about 2 eggs. You know Halo? That's like easy mode versus heroic or legendary.
I don't know that much, but yeah. We had nightmare mode because we had Doom.
Oh, Doom is great. But you see women who take a little bit of testosterone, they start cheating. And it's like
there's a high T woman archetype now. Like a woman with too much.
All of them.
That's kind of new. Not like a Murphy Brown, like a I fuck and then there's a guy's response to that now, which is
no, it is
disturbing to say the least.
Here's when I shut down arguments. People go, man, you give like the modern day woman so much shit, Zherka. I go, you know what's funny is all of our moms, all 30 of us in the studio, all of our moms would agree the modern day woman is like actually a demon. I mean,
but you can't be careful. I don't want to compliment them. I know what you're saying, but I don't want to. I don't want to compliment other women just by I don't like putting women down by.
I swear. I don't.
You got to be careful.
I don't play a character like Andrew Tate and stuff. I genuinely would compliment the 1950s woman. You got to compare.
I don't like what I'm hearing.
He's bristling at the notion.
Maybe if you had a time machine, you wouldn't come back. You'd stay there. I guarantee.
Oh yeah, they drank a lot in the 50s. You want to know why?
No, we drink a lot.
No, they drank. They start drinking it. They start drinking just because it's a way of life. They weren't looking for something to celebrate.
I know why the world's going to shit. Whether you have $5, 1 million, 30 million, your wife ain't a virgin. That is traumatizing.
You think that's important? That women aren't virgins? Because that's I would like to talk about your Christianity stuff too.
Yeah, but I can date a non-virgin and stuff like that. I'm just saying it is kind of weird how that option doesn't exist no matter how successful you are. Isn't that kind of like women are getting everything on earth. We're getting nothing.
I do agree that they're getting everything on earth and always have. I do think it's funny that it's the one thing that they will never lie about when they will lie about everything else.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of like a construct that men have created.
Well, I'm not saying I'm
to
turned on by it. I'm not saying like, oh, breaking and hymen. I've met virgins and I blocked them. I'm not into it. Maybe get some head. But now check this out. I'm not saying I'm turned on by that. I'm saying.
I've formalized it. I think it's something that men say to insult other men. Like they use this virgin thing to say like, well, you're no good because this woman that you're banging is not a virgin. I don't like that. Well, I don't like men ganging up on other men.
I genuinely believe if you've got a pure woman, she will be ugly. Let's be honest. If the world hasn't touched her first, I
like where this is going.
No, it is a black and Christians attack me, but these guys who believe in a unicorn that she's pure and a 9 out of 10, these guys kill themselves, right? That's why I don't date pure girls because if I came home to a girl with no ass, that's the bullet in my brain.
I see. Yeah.
So obviously, when you weigh it like this, it is a depressing topic and everyone gets uncomfortable. But if you think you're getting an attractive virgin, you might be waiting forever alone in despair. That's a scary
Are you talking about a lot of guys who are waiting for an attractive virgin?
Every email I get. I'm waiting for my model virgin. And I said, really? Because I'm fucking the models.
It's a fantasy.
I'm around so many women, and that doesn't exist. These guys who are around no women, they think they're gonna find it.
Why do they want it though? Why do they want a virgin? They're just like
it's a fantasy.
Are they so
ideal.
threatened by other men? Are they so threatened? Here's what I think. Are they so threatened by the existence of conflict? Even in the hypothetical, like they don't want to be with a woman who could ever compare them to another guy. Like, what is the deep psychological reason why they're pursuing this insane?
The reason why
it's like what we do in the shadows. You would just enjoy the sandwich so much more if you knew no one had fucked it.
No, I think. Like, why it doesn't bother me is, and I would never brag about this because my ex, she kind of like took a, when we broke up, she took a knife and she, kind of like very depressed. Every girl I've broken up with, they're in way worse shape than me. And so I know that I'm like that iconic guy in their life. They're not going to replace me.
That's called alpha widowing.
No, it's called.
I found out. No, that is called that. Really? Yes, it is. No. Yes, when you leave them so broken because you're the best. I know that.
Well, I learned it. I definitely have never been insecure if she's like, I'm not a virgin. Actually, it's turned me off if she's a virgin. I just find it weird how that option doesn't exist no matter how hard you work. And I'm not saying like I'm going to go out and announce to the world, yo, this is unfair. I just want to say women have it too easy. Women have their lives too easy. Because if men brought that topic, bro, they'd look at their shoes. They'd all look at their shoes. And I'm saying, there are certain black-pilling topics that nobody brings to the political front. Yeah. Because we don't even like talking about it ourselves, right? But since
that is a problem.
Like, or I guess the argument I'm making is what is a woman bringing in 2023? Like, let's say you can't say sex.
A lawsuit.
Prison keys.
What are they bringing? What do you think they're bringing?
I see them as toys, really. Like, hey, let's go have fun, but I'm not going to take you serious.
Yeah.
And which is scary because I think
Do you like that?
Oh no, I love
feeling
marriage.
Like that.
You
love marriage.
I love the idea of marriage. I love it to death.
You young guys have a lot of conflicting.
No, it's that Twilight Zone stuff. Not now, but if I was in the 1950s, I would be happily married and cheating once a month.
Okay.
The paradigm of the youth is so fascinating, and convoluted and surreal.
No, we're old men.
I remember being 29. What do you think they're looking for? The women? Yeah.
Now check this out. Every city has a drug dealer that plays PlayStation all day, has no money, but
shows up late.
Yeah, somehow he has the hottest girl in town, and no one can explain it.
Well, I can.
Well,
every one of those openers.
Is it drugs? Don't say drugs.
You know those openers they post online? Everyone says like, oh, this girl, what's your opener? Every single time I go, do you want any Coke?
Okay, no comment here.
They're spending so much time trying to craft this. Well, what's your, if you and I were like, no, you guys don't understand.
No, all right, let's say not drug dealer. There's always a loser who's got a babe. Sometimes we see these guys at Walmart and stuff. And 5 years working full-time at nightclubs as a bouncer, I would stare at people and I'm like, wow, it is always temperament. That more right-wing temperament does keep the girl. And it is a trinity of you have to have money, some kind of hygiene and looks, and network. They're called chicks because they want to nest. So if I bring them here and she's laughing and having beers, she's gonna lose out on you too. Me, if she breaks up with me, she loses out on the nest of fun, thing, right?
Yeah.
But deep down, they're not capable of thinking. They're only capable of play. Even Carl Jung talks about this. And play is not an insult. Play is a deep subconscious of memory and acceptance and belonging. So play is everything. Like when you play with your kid, it seems like nothing. It's the whole world.
Yeah.
And so a lot of guys with these NFT crypto guys who have $100 million, they'll never keep a girl, sustain a girl, because she's always with a retard like me who's just making her giggle and calling her a stupid bitch, and they love it, right? And that's what I realized, because when I studied Masonic literature and stuff like that, this is going to sound crazy, but I discovered weird shit like Carl Jung is who Jordan Peterson repackaged, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Jordan Peterson, this liberal who doesn't even believe in God, he never talked about Carl Jung's Red Book or 5 black books that he studied: alchemy, hermetic practices, and black magic. And hang on, before you guys write me off.
Oh, sure, right off. It's true.
But you know about this, right?
Yeah.
And in these books, they're symbolically written because they're in code. So it said that the opposite of wakefulness in a sleepy, drowsy state is when you can interpret these kind of symbols. So I would go through these books and it would be about raising the solar, lowering the solar, being tempted by the solar. And I'm like, how come no one's figured this out? Then I realized the G in Freemasonry, generative principle, the sexual essence, right? That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
What he's talking about is that electromagnetic orgasm you have, that psychic connection you have with your girlfriend or wife during the peak of sex, that psychic transfer also transfers intellect. Now check this out.
I'm thinking about computers.
No, think about
that.
it. Dick.
I'm thinking about Dr. Strangelove.
Why are women so dumb? No, check this out.
Yeah, why are women so dumb? I've been trying to figure that out for years.
Because only stupid men fuck them.
Okay.
Have you noticed that? When they're with a smarter guy, they get smarter. Now check this out.
Yeah, this is like a Seinfeld episode, though. Like a woman, like when Elaine swears off sex and gets dumber and dumber.
Here's where I blow your mind. I'm the first person in the political arena to discover this.
Okay.
Leonidas, Pythagoras, Napoleon, Hitler. Think of Shakespeare.
It's like a great Carmack routine.
Think of
Leonidas, Pythagoras, Hitler.
Plato, Aristotle. Think of any great name.
Who are famous for their right angles.
No. The one thing that all geniuses have in common with every president in history is they all got fucked in the ass by a man.
Wait, Hitler?
Name one. Yeah, in the Munich he did with men, I heard.
Oh, figuratively? Oh, literally?
No, literally.
Fucked in the ass?
Name one iconic genius that wasn't bisexual.
Was Thomas Jefferson bisexual? I don't. Well, maybe. I don't know.
He was a homosexual.
He was a homosexual? I don't know. Like, I'm not homophobic.
This is groundbreaking information.
You will.
I think everyone's gay, though. Like, I think that's why it's like a tenet of every religion is because being gay is like so in men's DNA that was the first thing they're like, oh, let's say that being gay is bad. Like, that's most important. That's the best way to control them.
Think about it. You can't name one iconic genius in history that wasn't gay. If you're seeing a pattern,
Einstein.
Yeah,
queer as a football bat.
Are you saying Einstein?
Well, I'm trying to answer your question.
Kay Griggs, who was married to a NATO military general, she leaked, and I'll show you in my documentary, she leaked that Einstein was going to gay parties. Yeah.
Oh, he's gay parties.
You will never name one genius in history who is not gay or bisexual. Do you know why? Because Carl Jung and all these
It's easier.
No, because there's a psychic transfer happening in the solar plexus when they're being nutted inside. That's biting from the apple.
So when you're
biting from the apple. You get it?
So when you're getting fucked by a guy, you're getting his intelligence, and then you're fucking a guy, but women can only get your intelligence, so they're like a vampire.
No. Who fucks women? Is it smart guys?
No, well, with
Come
your
on, come
no,
on,
it's
come on.
no.
It's
I
guys
mean,
like
no. Dumb guys.
Yeah. So that's why women are lost. But these gay
Is
guys.
this part of Christianity or what's the
This
Christianity 2.0.
This made the argument for Christianity.
2.0.
Because in Christianity, if you bite from the fruit, right, the knowledge, the knowledge is getting fucked.
I see what you're saying.
Am I onto something, or am I doing too much blow?
Well, as soon as you get into making us imagine smart guys nutting in you, like now I'm picturing Albert Einstein between my legs. I don't think that's where you want to go with a cult.
No, but
You lose an erection real quick.
I genuinely think why Trump was hated so much is he's the first straight president. I genuinely believe
So you
that.
think Trump is straight though? He's a genius.
No, he's not a genius. He's not like
he's
Thomas.
not?
I mean, he's very smart, but he's not a Thomas Jefferson, right? He's not
Yeah,
Tesla.
No, I think Jefferson is. People put him up as the smartest president. I think historically.
Trump's temperament is so straight that if Melania gave him a good idea, he'd pretend he didn't hear it. Next week, it would be his idea. That's a straight dude.
Well, that's.
It's a marketing
I agree with that
genius.
100%.
Yeah, but think
What
about
do you think about Kanye? You think he's going to come back?
I'm actually going to talk to him soon, but
Really?
I think he will come back. Yeah, because think about his daughters on TikTok and all that. He hates that shit.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to fight it somehow, right? He can't fight it legally, so he's going to fight it politically.
Yeah. What do you think about Nick Fuentes? You like him?
Yeah, I recently talked to Nick, and I think anyone who's like grabbing the Bible, I see them as allies. But sometimes I do
You love the Bible that much.
Well,
you guys really love the Bible.
It's
Why?
the only sword against liberalism.
Yeah.
It's really the
How
only
so?
thing. I mean, you don't like. Imagine if you went to war with liberals. Who are your allies, Dick?
No one.
Mine would be Muslims and Christians.
Whew. That's a rough deal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and historically they have a lot.
I've seen
in
Ed
common.
Wood. Yeah.
Ed Wood.
Yeah. To get his movie funded. He went.
Oh, yeah. Right.
These guys like Richard Spencer and stuff who are like for a white ethno state. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, if these guys got their way and they got all Europeans to come here, they'd vote Democrat for 1,000 years, those fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
I'm
they
from
want
Europe.
the white ethno state so they can be as liberal as possible.
And that's what he said with Destiny. He said that.
Oh, he did?
He said that he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't care for abortion. And
Yeah, that was the USSR, bro. You had your white ethno state, and nobody could eat.
yeah. But this
And they're drinking fucking cologne.
There is
to get high.
Yeah.
But you agree there's a forced diversity agenda. There's no way we're just all seeing it. Come on. They're not forcing us to live beside each other.
Yeah, it's crazy that they trained Americans to fetishize the downtrodden, and being like part of American DNA is rebelling against a superpower. So we have to just continually replenish this group of downtrodden rebels that we can vicariously experience what is the American soul in always. So we have to like always pipe in these people who they don't embody American exceptionalism or suffering, but we have to all pretend that they do, just so we can continue living in this permanent 50s mindset.
I think I love America because of the 50s. I think that was the greatest society to ever live in. My parents give me shit when I say that, but as an Albanian, I think I'd enjoy it. You know what I mean?
You probably would.
Yeah, you probably. You're a tall guy. You're a handsome guy.
I look like ISIS, though. They wouldn't like me that much.
You look a little swarthy. You look like a pirate.
Look like ISIS.
Get away.
It was either the Bible or ISIS for me, so I'm glad I chose the one where I, can
exist in society.
But no,
you like the 50s, huh?
I did study ISIS, and I found out they don't listen to music. And I like music driving and stuff, but when I cut out music for audiobooks, that's a lot of fucking money I made in my life.
What do you mean, money?
If you know how we listen to music at home?
Yeah.
apparently these are there's CIA operatives who have come out and said that music and these rap and hip hop and all that, they're designed to get you at your lowest point. That's why we play music when we're sad and shit.
Oh, okay.
And you get stuck in thought loops. And I was shook because I was like,
stuck in thought loops.
I was shook at how the year I cut out music is the most money I ever made laughing, not struggling, not grinding. It's just pouring in. And my thoughts were kind of more executive. But when I was listening to music, like for example, you don't remember that Mask Off song, Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet? That was the first time I ever had a Percocet. I went to a bar, I said, no beer, give me a Percocet, because that loop was in my head. I had no idea. They're fucking programming us with that shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
If it wasn't for that song, I would never want to do Percocet. God damn you, Eric Clapton!
Wait. Hang on, I gotta delete something off here because we're back.
What you're saying is because all of LA is high.
You guys don't get high?
Fuck, I hate being high. I fucking hate being high.
I don't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
I don't do anything anymore.
Weed will make you lazy. People
lazy and dumb and like focusing on the same thoughts over and so easily entertained.
It certainly can. And I think for most people, it's definitely a hindrance. It's a detriment.
One thing you'll fuck up your life on alcohol, but at least you're doing something.
Why do they get some zest, some zeal?
At least I was honest. I didn't necessarily 100% mean that, but it's closer than nothing.
People really get offended when I shit on weed, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the only way that I reach a common ground with these people.
They're addicts.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they threaten their addiction, and they're like they just reject it. I agree.
And the only time they've ever agreed is I'm like, there's a lot of introspective thoughts with weed. When you smoke weed with a woman on a date, she gets very insecure and you're getting none. But if you're downing wine with her, she's sucking dick. She's sucking the skin off your dick. And I'm like, yo, you fucking idiots. I'm trying to help you.
I fucking think that, so strip clubs, number one, they've all gotten so fat. They've gotten so fat that they had to lower the stages across.
Where are you going?
Everywhere. Everywhere's fatter. I can tell. I can feel it.
Thick?
You can blindfold.
Like this?
No, fat. Like Humpty Dumpty.
Oh.
And I think that they're all so goofed up on Molly that they've got, it's just
you think they'd lose weight on Molly?
You think they would, but they also go through this pantomime of what is like a sexual experience. It's been very weird. They're so drugged up that it's impossible to get a real human experience out of almost anyone.
I've
nowadays.
never understood strip clubs. I've actually gotten kicked out for joking around. I almost got kicked out
in a strip club.
You know,
joking
in
around?
the strip club, she's pressuring me. She's like, "Yeah, you want to dance? You have money?" Yeah, I said I gave it to charity. As in, bitch, you're a fucking dirty bitch. I'm a good guy. But I was joking. Okay. And she brings the whole fucking bouncer team to talk to me, right?
Yeah.
But back then I was with the Hells Angels. I was protected, right?
What do you mean you were with the Hells Angels?
Basically, like if you're the kind of guy who can bring a lot of girls to a party, you get big tips in the nightclub scene. They protect you. You know, you're kind of like the magnet.
But specifically the Hells Angels?
Were you ever
I was with immigrants too, but specifically in my town, those guys tipped the hardest. I would go to the money.
But you weren't like a prospect or anything, like right?
No, I mean, what the fuck?
Well, that's like how like a lot of those they call you a prospect, like if you're a potential member.
No,
I wasn't sure if you wrote or not.
I would leave the party when I get paid. I didn't want to like party and actually get known with them.
You hung with those guys.
I enjoyed the protection, right? Because, you know, if you do something dirty, if you're drug dealing, you step on someone's toes, they come kill you. But if you're running with the right crowd, they
think twice.
Yeah.
Is that what you were doing?
Well, my city is so expensive. Vancouver is more expensive than LA. You can't have a regular job. Everyone got a regular job would work bartending to get extra tips, and tips are good in my city, like champagne lounges, bars, clubs.
Okay.
But this is the first time that I was afloat alone. I was still sleeping on a couch, on buddy's couch. But I mean, this is the first time I had like, I wouldn't say money, but I was like feeling like an adult because when I worked in sales,
walking around money.
When I worked in sales, it was like, imagine I stayed another year. I would have been in so far debt, you would never see me again.
What were you in? You were doing sales, just like
gym membership. I know.
It's undignified.
Yeah.
For a guy like you with a mind like yours.
Yeah. No, but
how'd you get out of there? How'd you get out of that situation?
You should sell Bibles.
Believe it or not, the Christians wouldn't like me. I'm more of their sword that they use, but really they don't want someone like me who's like got all this sin attached to my history.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's probably true.
They do
And I
hate
don't
that.
want someone like me with sin and talk about bitches and stuff. I'd rather have like a more kind of like a Malcolm X. I know he's a Muslim, but Malcolm X kind of clean figure to lead our movement. It's just they're nowhere to be found. And we have Jordan Peterson crying.
Malcolm X was not the clean one in that.
Was he fucking bitch? No, he was not.
MLK was the clean one.
That's the one fucking bitches. MLK.
He definitely was. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Malcolm X was the Black Power guy.
But
right?
but that's what I love.
You mean clean as in like kind of walking the walk?
I mean, like there's no whores attached to your history.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Was there not? I feel like he just wasn't famous. Like everyone thought he was a dirtbag in so many other ways. They just didn't bother looking into the whores. But I don't know.
There's this.
Figure everyone's got whores.
Malcolm X was the first black president, in my opinion.
Okay,
right? That
interesting.
even if he was my political
Now,
rival,
homosexual or not?
I definitely not.
Definitely not.
No, you can see that.
Just checking. I'm checking.
Yeah, not that smart. No, but there's something about. Do you remember his quote of, or his quote was "by any means necessary"?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a terrorist quote nowadays. You couldn't get away with that.
Yeah.
That is balls. That is. Could you imagine being in the political forefront and saying that? I mean,
Right.
If there's anyone I'd give the flowers to, it'd be Malcolm X for sure. But I'm not a black guy. You know, I'm pretty sure he would come after me.
I couldn't even, when I was on that No Jumper episode, and they brought up 9/11, I was like, well, you
Inside
know.
job?
No.
Building 7?
No. You
You're
think
the
that was an
first-
inside?
So you're telling me the first building to ever fall from a kitchen fire is your World Guinness Book record Building 7? You believe? Do you know the official story is some infrastructure flew from one of the buildings and started an office fire?
Yeah.
There's no way you're that guy, dude.
Just things that people do as a team have a tendency to fuck up.
Yeah, they did. That's why we know.
So I don't know if that building was not put together right.
So
or,
you guys draw the line at conspiracy here? You can be racist and all that, but you draw the line at conspiracy?
I just don't think it's all that hard to hijack a plane. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
And to steer it into a building. I think it's
your team Mohammed Atta.
I think it was suicide bomber fireman.
Okay.
yeah.
You know, you would have a point if Building 7 didn't go down, but you guys lost the debate 1,000%.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
What's so special about Building 7? Just because it fell down at all?
Because it wasn't hit.
There you go.
Because it wasn't hit. But if something starts a fire, you can take the temper out of the steel. And I've listened to metallurgists talk about this.
Right,
Like,
but you would have
it doesn't
to,
have to burn as hot as jet fuel or anything to do that.
Hold on, you'd have to admit that that's the first one to go down in history.
I think they've said that.
The first what to go down in history?
The first building of that structure, right, that size and all that, to go down from a microwave fire?
From not being impacted like that. Like
There was no plane. 2 planes, 3 buildings fell in New York. You fucking joking
Okay,
me?
so you're saying that somebody blew up Building 7?
All of them.
You do think a plane hit 2 of them at least, right?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm not the hologram, guys. You know, my brother, who's a therapist, he embarrassed me at a party because he's like, I start talking about 9/11 and he's getting embarrassed. And I said, I was a no-planer back then. I was like, maybe there was no plane. Maybe there's, and this is what he does to me in front of fucking 100 people at a banquet hall. He says, no planes, it's deeper than that. And I'm like, what? He said, there was no buildings.
Yeah.
And everyone started laughing at me and I'm like, wow, I'm the retard.
Have you heard of the flat Holocaust theory?
What is that?
Wow.
You know the Holocaust, right? Did you hear about the
Bring back up that IQ study here. I think we're
the flat Holocaust was a bunch of flat people.
I thought you were going to say flat earthers. I am a flat earther.
Oh, you are?
That's how I got my name. I beat Destiny in a debate and got 40,000 followers.
I saw that you. I saw there was
the debate.
I didn't watch
Oftentimes,
it.
when you engage in one conspiracy theory, you engage in all of them.
all the time.
No, I don't.
I think you're
No,
ticking
that's wrong.
the boxes. You're ticking the boxes.
That is 100% wrong. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in
You don't
dinosaurs.
believe in aliens? You don't even believe they exist? Not that they've been here, but you don't think aliens exist in any other
Wait,
planet?
dinosaurs are a conspiracy?
Yeah, Nick Fuentes doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
Hold on.
Okay.
Why do you believe in dinosaurs?
Because we have a fucking fossil
bones and
record
stuff?
all over the earth from millions of years of strata.
When was the first dinosaur bone found?
1800s, I think. Oh no, it was more than that. 1400s.
It was 1700s by straight white men only in the West.
Wait, they're straight?
Well,
I'm definitely not that smart.
The Greeks didn't find any.
No, there was
Chinese
no Chinese,
things?
none at all. And they were $1 million a bone. That's why every single museum you go to, every dino skeleton is made out of rat bones and resin replicas.
Well, yeah,
the real ones are in the Smithsonian Museum.
Zherka, you can find a fucking dinosaur bone. We're gonna.
You think Nicolas Cage paid $20 million for a fake Tyrannosaurus Rex skull? I will not sit here and let you shit on Nicolas Cage.
Dinosaurs were found as late as 1700s to attack the Bible. Just like you believe in Mars rover with magical space Wi-Fi, right?
Because it's not that hard to get a fucking RC car on Mars. That's why I believe on it. I believe I personally could do it.
So let me get this straight. You believe they're sending photos 100 million miles away while you lose connection in the mountains?
Yes, I do.
They have the good stuff.
The atmosphere on Earth is a little tricky to handle. It's like sending radio waves through pudding.
97% of Earth Wi-Fi is done through triangulation grid tower. That's why you lose connection outside the grid. That's why they use the Google plane to take Google Earth photos. When you leave low Earth orbit on Google Earth, it turns to CGI like your dumb Mars.
What would it take? What would it take to get you to believe in a dinosaur? What could I do to? What could I do to get you into a dinosaur?
If they went from lizards to having feathers. That fucking drove me up the wall. Have you seen the Velociraptor? They changed the Velociraptor. They made the Velociraptor gay. I grew up with Jurassic Park. They made the Velociraptor gay. Bro, if they're going to add DLCs and shit, I'm not buying this shit. And you know what's funny, though? Every picture of space is fake. And, like, I don't know how people argue this. Like,
why do you think it's flat, though? Why would it be flat? God would make a flat world? That doesn't.
Einstein said the Earth is an observable motionless plane. Michelson Morley said that. Nicholas Tesla said the Earth is a realm, not a planet. Planet comes from the word plane. Planets are wandering stars. When you zoom into planets, they're just stars with a different orbit. When you look at Polaris, has not deviated an inch. North Star. The North Star has not deviated an inch off the sky for thousands of years. But you're saying you're flying through an acentric model. The star trails never intersect. Every single experiment to prove that the Earth is round has failed. No matter how high you go, you'll never film. No matter how high you go, you'll never film the horizon being round unless you have a fisheye lens that warps it. That's why it's called horizon, because it comes from the word horizontal. That's why they're called tectonic plates, because they're plates. That's why it's called sea level, because the sea is level. If you could win with curvature calculations at 8 inches per mile square, you'd have an argument. You'll never win. If 100 million people did a test with a balloon, put it into the stratosphere, it's a flat motionless plane with the firmament, just like the Bible says every single time. You've only seen a curved Earth with a fisheye lens. You know it. Pull up the Red Bull jump and I'll destroy you.
All right, let's pull up the Red Bull jump.
And remember, I debate engineers and physicists.
Do you want to do would you agree to do an in-person experiment with me at some point? If I were to demonstrate? Of course I'm paying for it. It would be very cheap.
But isn't that scary how, like, why do you believe it's you're a globalist. Why do you believe it's a globe?
If I'm God, I think it's just easier to make a planetary system that's self-sustaining.
Give me a scientific reason why it's a globe.
Why it's a globe?
I'm giving you scientists, Einstein, Michelson, Morley. Give me something.
If I go to if we assume that gravity is always going straight down, or is it the best way to go straight down?
Yeah.
Either if you're an accelerating disc or a globe.
No. There's not a disc through space. Space is fake. We're a snow globe.
We have to assume that there's
Think
gravity.
of a snow globe with a dome.
Okay. We have to assume there's gravity for some reason that it's straight down, right?
What was before gravity?
Dinosaurs.
D's?
No. How did they explain? How do things rise and fall before gravity?
Air pressure?
No, if it's denser than the medium around it, it'll fall.
Right.
If it's lighter, it'll rise. Please tell me, is a helium balloon beating gravity? Is it a magical element? Is a helium balloon beating the only magical element that can rise? Give me a fucking break. A helium balloon is magic now? It
Well,
debunks
hydrogen can also rise.
Well, they're lighter than
99% of your gravity theory relies on black. What's it called? Dark matter?
Thank you.
Is it called dark matter?
It's dark matter and dark energy, and I'm not happy with
not
the
happy with it,
explanations
right?
for either of those.
Thanks.
But I can. Okay, here we go. Here's the jumping from space Red Bull. I would just like to propose.
Make it large, and please tell me what the fuck is wrong with what you're seeing. And you guys are the good faith guys, so please don't make me look crazy like Destiny.
Okay.
I mean, I beat Destiny, but
Here is well, this is obviously a fisheye lens. It's very warped.
because is the all of Earth New Mexico?
Okay, here he goes.
Look at that. Where's the ocean? Because it's a fucking fisheye lens. And watch the lens warp. I had an engineer not
So
be.
wait, where do you think that guy's going right now? He's going onto the disc, right? Because of
no, it's not a. It's
air
not a,
density.
Think of the Earth as the basement of the universe. It's not a disk.
Okay.
Right. So
Well,
think
snow
about.
globe.
Well, snow globe, but you're assuming he's in space. Look at this. He is jumping. That's a real jump.
Yeah.
But he can't go higher than that because there's a dome. That's why rainbow. Look at that. Look at that. There's no oceans because it's a fisheye. We all agree it's a fisheye, right?
It's definitely a fisheye. I mean, it's a fucking GoPro.
Yeah, and the horizon's warping. Look at that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look at his face. Look at his face. He's realizing this for the first time, and he's a grown man.
John, are you realizing the first time?
That's a
What do you
globalist.
mean, look at his face?
I'm saying you're realizing
Look at
this
your
because
face.
I,
My face?
a bouncer in Canada, had to wake him up. He didn't realize it himself. I had to tell him. Come on. Look at all of Earth is New Mexico. That is retarded. And think
It
about
is
it.
important that the Earth is flat, though. Like, is it?
Well,
Does it
would-
have to be flat or round? Or does that?
flat would mean geocentric. You're in the center of the universe, like the firmament, the Bible.
Does it matter?
And Werner von Braun, the rocket
Oh,
guy.
fucking don't tell
What
me
is his
what Werner von-
tombstone? His tombstone is one part of the Bible, Psalms, that talks about the firmament. Why would the rocket guy Operation Fishbowl Dominic?
Probably satirically.
Dominic in Latin. Dominic in Latin is of the Lord. Fishbowl of the Lord. What is Operation Fishbowl Dominic? It's shooting rockets against the dome,
Against
trying
the
to get
dome.
it crack. Google
That's
that.
what Werner von Braun did.
Well, no, his tombstone talks about the firmament.
Here's what I want to. Oh yeah. Okay.
But you see that
Here.
Destiny was so humiliated, he never debated this again. And I was a nice guy. I didn't talk about it till now.
I'll always debate flat Earth because I love flat Earth.
Most flat earthers are retards. They believe in a disc flying through space.
And that is retarded.
No, because Einstein said the Earth is an observable, motionless plane. Think of yin and yang. That's the sun and the moon.
This is what I want. This is the experiment I want to do, right?
Okay, yeah.
If we assume that down is straight down, we got to assume some kind of gravity.
Well, in my model, a flat Earth instrument is
This is straight down, right?
right.
Gravity's making it do that?
No, it's denser than the air around it. It's going to drop.
Okay, but it's going straight down. Whatever we call that, it's going straight down. We put a laser beam on that,
Oh, laser.
right?
That's crazy.
Shoot it straight out. And then we put a board here with a hole in it. We get this at 8 feet tall.
Sure.
We put a board like a mile away, put
Sure.
that at 8 feet tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go another mile and put an observer with a little telescope here at 8 feet tall.
Why
So
not
if it's a
just do
flat Earth,
You mean the boat test
I don't know what that is.
that goes under the horizon, right?
If it's a flat Earth,
It's a flat Earth, you're
won't
going to
see-
see it through the hole
So
and
the-
see it on the detector, right?
You're telling me the laser test debunks Einstein.
Man, I'm just telling you, I'm going
Why
to
don't
shoot
you
a
go with the
laser.
go with the more simple one, the boat. Do you know the boat test? When it goes too far in the horizon?
you-
All I'm
see the
telling
water up
you
there.
is that I want to shoot a laser.
But
Yeah.
check this out.
I wanna see the laser
would
shot.
Do the laser test, but even if you got that, you really think everything I said is being debunked by that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because it's not flat.
So everything I've said, I bring Einstein, Michelson, Morley, Plato, I bring everyone, and you bring a laser.
Well,
I don't know if
you
you're
don't know
quoting them
those
exactly
guys.
properly.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You're quoting fucking Einstein.
Yeah.
To
Everyone knows it's a geocentric motionless plane. I mean, think about it. Remember when
I don't
Bill
think
Nye, you
I
know
think
Bill
it's
Nye?
a distraction. I
know-
hate Bill Nye.
I do too, but
Yeah,
he said,
there's nothing to
he's
like
an
about
idiot.
Bill
but
Nye.
he said the boat going under the horizon is going under the curve.
Don't
but
you think it's a distraction to argue about the globe being flat? There's a lot of other financial stuff going on.
No, because the globe being flat actually makes you think I cared about the Bible before Flat Earth? It makes that book look very real. Because the Bible says the four wings of the earth, the firmament.
Yeah.
The Bible is more accurate than your CGI photos. You believe in the moon landing? You do?
Yeah, because it would have been harder to fake the video than it would have been harder than fake the fucking landing.
Richard Nixon spoke
You know how
to
hard video is to fake?
Richard Nixon spoke to astronauts on a landline-based telephone 240,000 miles away.
Yeah, what?
I'm gonna kill
electricity travels as faster.
Give me a line of coke.
It travels as fast through a wire as it does through the air.
But you can see that I'm not those flat Earth retards. I've studied this. I'm not these discs flying through space. You know,
Zherka, it's not flat. It's round. It's just easier.
You know what's funny?
It's a goo coming together in the space.
What is the average man's IQ? Very low, right?
105.
Is it very low?
Well, no,
It's
the
like
average
105,
price,
107.
it's like 100-ish.
It's extremely low, right?
Well, the average means that
relative,
they
it's
set
in the
100
middle.
is the average.
Yeah.
That's the 50th percentile.
Yeah, the average man thinks the Earth's a sphere. They laugh coming out of the Matrix. They laugh or they cry or they attack me. And you know what's funny? What is the most...
I don't care.
Dick, no,
I don't
Dick,
care
you
if
have
the
to
Earth is
care.
flat.
But Dick, what is the most banned topic in history? It's flat Earth.
No, it's talking about fat women.
No. It is.
Oh, no.
Remember Joe Rogan? He had Neil deGrasse Tyson challenge Eric Dubé, and then they pussied out of the debate.
Have you ever heard Joe Rogan even hint at talking about how fat women are? No. The most banned topic on earth is talking about how fucking fat women are and how much fatter they're getting every fucking second of the day as the disc
You don't
or
like
the
Lizzo?
globe or whatever is accelerating through space and time. That's who truly rules over us. When Nick Fuentes and Ye are done with Jews, if they start going after the fat women, then they will earn my respect. But not until then.
Those fat women are following the Carl Jung 12 zodiac archetypes. They are becoming gas giants. They believe in these fucking planets, these fat whores.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's the show. You got to go.
Did I spike the viewership or what?
Yeah, you're great.
Yeah.
Really? We didn't lose viewers with Flat Earth?
Well, this is a private.
No.
We're not live?
No, we're live.
Oh,
we're live, but it gets published. It gets published for public consumption on Tuesday. We've had guys who are fans calling in to argue with me about Flat Earth.
totally.
But they're retards. Most of the time, they don't sound like me. Be honest. You guys were stopped in your tracks with me. You know you're dunking on those retards, right? Most flat earthers are retards. Be honest.
I think every time we have a flat earther on, we do more listening than anything else.
Well, because
You
one
guys are
guy,
respectful with those retards?
of course,
yeah.
One guy.
What's the argument?
One guy said that moonlight is cold, and that it makes things colder.
That's proven. It's on the documentary. Yes, that's actually.
We're gonna do. You and me are gonna do this laser experiment. We're gonna do it.
The laser is all you need to go back to nihilism. Come back to the Bible, bro. We have a war in front of us.
You can't choose to believe. No, you guys.
We have a war
believe
in front
me,
of us.
You need to stop You need to stop picking on nihilists because you're going to need us.
You're going to need
one day.
Yeah.
You're going to need people who don't ask questions and who do stuff that you guys can't live with.
You're going to see child drag shows, and then you guys are going to come our way.
Well, someone has to reset the router, and that's going to be a nihilist.
You're telling me you wouldn't want an ally like ISIS right now? I'm kidding.
You never know.
I said if I had Osama bin Laden's PR,
he was a good-looking guy. Have you seen his photo?
if I could be doing his PR, the messaging would have been clear. We're going after the U.S. military and the U.S. financial sector. They've been destroying lives since the beginning of time. That's who we're attacking.
You believe the story that they casted his body into sea? They headshotted him. Is it kind of ridiculous,
probably,
right? The first gay president or the first openly gay president killed Osama bin Laden. It's kind of stupid as fuck. Like, come on.
I
Dude.
think it's probably hard to hide. I know it's hard to hide from the government.
Is Obama straight to you guys?
It's hard for me to call any man straight.
What about Michelle?
Is he straight?
Michelle Obama?
I think Michelle Obama is a woman. Yeah.
Jeez.
There's a lot of ugly women out there.
Damn. But the bulge.
Tall women, too.
The bulge is what scares me.
The penis bulge. Women could have a penis. That's cool.
James Carville said that if Hillary Clinton would give Barack Obama one of her balls, they'd each have two.
You know what's funny though is like that's the first time we saw a rainbow lit White House.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, it definitely strengthens my argument that Michelle maybe is Michael. I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to get killed. I'm a comedian.
It could just be pandering. It doesn't have to be two homosexual men in the White House. Right. It could just be pandering.
It is certainly pandering.
The pandering is obnoxious. You don't need to make it gay men.
When men are clean, we all have a friend who has like a sick fade, always has a haircut. That guy is not straight.
Yeah, he's gay.
That's like Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
And didn't John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, it leaked that they had like an orgy with Obama, and then
I don't know.
Did that leak?
Yeah. Chrissy, get the link. Chrissy Teigen.
I don't think that leaked.
Well, let's put some money on it.
No.
Chrissy Teigen. She's at an award ceremony.
Okay.
And she says
Teigen Obama orgy leak. Oh, I'm going to find this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Really? I can't make fun of fat women on YouTube, but I'm going to find Chrissy Teigen's Obama orgy leak.
I think it made Obama look
That's a little
good. I guess she's
peculiar.
kinda cute
Chrissy Teigen and the Obama thing, it's on Reddit Conspiracy.
Sure.
Well, it's a
Okay,
video.
you're right. Here it was.
You're good.
No, this is stuff
Pick it out, read it, and answer.
Public place, you did it. Is this the best or the worst? What do you do?
The best.
She's cute.
Okay, the best. Probably the Obama thing.
John, what's the? Oh God.
Oh God.
John,
What?
what is your wife talking about?
I don't know.
We heard
We're not-
Obama in there.
Chrissy, get back here. What happened?
We're not going to discuss
We're
that.
not going to discuss it.
We're not. We're not.
Oh my God.
He looks like he's going to throw up.
Secret Service.
Yeah, he's kind of nervous.
Come back in.
Hi.
Look at John. Look at. I don't.
She's such a dumb bitch.
We're not talking about it.
She doesn't
That's
know
the
what she
truth.
did
That is
wrong.
an awesome answer.
Not the White House.
Not the-
It was not.
It
the
was
White
not
House.
at the White House.
It was
That is
100% not at the White House. I promise.
He was not elected yet.
Yeah.
Yo, they admit
Anyway,
it.
we're moving on.
I'm the crazy one.
That was a weird
I'm
answer.
in trouble now.
Oh, you're good.
Obama's having like orgies with these guys. What the fuck?
Okay, so you take that to mean that Obama was involved in that. What if it was
He's
a
just pretending to be Obama.
No, what if it was a fundraising function? The Obama thing. Like, oh, you know what, the Obama
the question was sexual in nature.
No, he said, where was it? Where
they
you did it?
fucked an Obama fundraiser.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, you don't think Obama was a part of that?
No.
I mean, that's a jump.
Why would he be so shook?
Because he's like popular with white women, so he can't be saying he did any kind of unsavory things.
Some people
ever.
are like, I don't want to say I fucked in a, like at the, it's
an airplane
kind of, it's like, we're there to.
Not everyone's like us, Zherka.
Yeah.
I could.
You could see that too. Either they fucked in a bush at an Obama fundraiser, or they're having orgies with Obama and his gay lover.
I'm a refugee. I come from a military family, and the highest levels of politics is very sexual. There's a lot of orgies.
Oh, I believe that 100%.
There should be more.
Yeah.
And they would never do anything.
No, but I'm saying it's not just like Hollywood and stuff, and it's not just Bill Clinton. I mean, like to be in seats of power, you're running on sexual energy. That's
even in not seats of power, I'm running on sexual energy.
Well, Kennedy was pretty legendary.
Yeah,
I like JFK. Yeah,
you like him.
Legendary for
actually. There's a great one of the greatest documentaries you could ever see on JFK. I think it's on YouTube. It's called "Everything's a Rich Man's Trick." And it talks about like a fake body being swapped. And did you see all that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Did you see the Zelensky body double?
Oh yeah,
that picture wasn't that funny?
Obvious.
Did you see that? No, probably not.
No, one thing that
it's just like his body double. It's funny to see him walking around.
Well, like Hitler had a few.
Doubles, everyone has it. Yeah,
you kind of I mean,
but that's
I should have one.
That's not what that's not what I'm interested in. In this, everything's a rich man's trick. This intellectual, this historian, he's talking about. Most people laugh at this, but throughout history, on top of banking and stuff, has always been mafia that doesn't have rituals of like swimming with the fishes and killing them in the river. It's a Satanist thing.
What? Sex?
No, that at the top of power, money, politics.
Yeah.
always, it's never a regular mafia. It's always satanic mafia. And when I started,
what do you mean satanic though?
because to preserve wealth, like the Egyptians and everyone, the fastest way is not to give your son $1 billion assets. It's to cut your son's puppy's head off in front of him, and he enters
a bit much.
But it shatters his mind, and he enters a dissociative state, like the Disney kids, right? They go like
that
this.
would do it.
And when his mind is shattered, that's when you can actually reprogram the mind with satanic imagery, and you can say, "Listen to me." And any time as an adult, because they suppress the memory for life, they listen to their abuser.
Listen to me.
That's how the Satanism works.
Listen to me.
I'm better than Alex Jones.
We need to get rid of the income tax. Okay. That's all this shit. Satan. Sure. Yeah, that's
everything.
That's the thing that
We're
needs
all
to
having orgies with the Obamas.
Shit. It doesn't fucking matter. Get rid of the fucking income tax,
You're
please.
saying it's not a spiritual war?
It's a money. It's always about the fucking money. Everything.
They don't need money.
So then why are they taxing us? If they have all the money to print, then why are they fucking taxing us? It's not Satan.
No.
It's not Satan.
No. It's because
it's women.
No. It's because when there was the biggest economic prosperity in the U.S., the ruling class found themselves waiting in lineups with commoners. They said, "Put these motherfuckers in credit card debt." We're not waiting at airport lineups with commoners. They were shook. They're like, everyone was flying out every weekend.
The biggest prosperity was the post-World War II. No. Before, when they hamstrung silver, when the when the Rothschilds got rid of silver, that was the end. And got Lincoln and pulled back the greenbacks. That was the end. That was the precursor to the Federal Reserve. Them doing that, them supporting the North in the Civil War was probably one of the most evil acts in the human history.
No, it's still been a fun time to live back then, though.
Yeah, it would have been fun. It'd been whores and drinking.
The credit card digital system is the worst time to live in.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And because
of all that stuff.
It only became this way because the ruling class said, dude, the commoners are flying out to Vegas every weekend. They're they're clogging up airports and shit. Mm-hmm. They said, yank these guys. That's what COVID is to yank everyone into debt.
I agree. Okay. It's been The Dick Show. Patreon.com/The Dick Show. Thank you for 300. This is a very special episode for us. This is our 350th episode.
Yeah.
What is that? Well, why is it a special number?
7 years.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of a cool number.
Let's go.
7
years.
Zherka, give your stuff out again.
Zherka Official /Twitter. I'm at war with all the leftists. You guys are on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to you through that.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube, John Zherka, JONZHERKA. And you guys are going to see me probably Rumble, Kick, and all that. But really, I'll be on that Fresh and Fit podcast next. So I'm just doing podcasts, leeching, and then going back on my own shit. And we're starting a podcast with 6-7 whores.
Yeah. What's all this about the whores now? You should have been talking about that instead of flat earth.
No trafficking.
Fucking asshole.
No trafficking.
No. I have a whole server. I used to run a podcast, so we'd have all the most beautiful girls on the internet. Yeah. And now we're doing it in person with 6 to 8 microphones because it's higher views. And we know the porn stars, we know the OnlyFans girls. Well, they might as well be on and give their dumb liberal opinions, right?
I love them.
Well, you should come over. I told you the address.
Yeah.
And we start that next week. We just got big investors. So
we got big investors. We don't have shit investing in this show, do we?
Oh, yeah.
We have micro investors.
Would you?
$5.
No. There's nothing more impressive than being off platform and still killing it.
You got to go on Backed By. You got to go on it's my crypto version of Patreon that you literally cannot be kicked off of.
You made it?
Me and some other guys, yeah.
I'll support that. What the hell?
Cannot be kicked off of.
I'll support that if you say the earth is flat right now.
Earth is flat. It's fucking fat. The whole thing about the laser. I went to... I'm an engineer.
The laser's crooked. That's the problem.
I know guys in the astronaut training program. It's all fake. They say it all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Won't shut up about it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to us for 7 years. Here's this was sent in by Tickle Man.
It's so
Tickle Man.
Is this a song?
Yeah. There's no lyrics though.
We'll see.
So go ahead. No, this is it. You can talk.
Tickle Man. Who's this Tickle Man?
I don't know.
Oh, he's doing the theme.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pedophile. Tickle Man.
He recorded this beautiful choir of the logo.
There goes that Patreon.
A fucking pedophile. Crank it, Sean, please.
I thought you were talking over it.
No. It's better when you can't hear the talking.
Pretty good. So far, it's like Kanye.
It is like Kanye.
since it's your show, I always thought that there'd be trolls and stuff. You guys have a lot of trolls in your community like me, right?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. They don't usually make songs though.
Yeah, this is good. This is the new intro, right?
I think it might be next time. All right, goodbye everyone.
See ya. Thank you.